Hi everybody, Tasha here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Welcome back. To everybody new, hello and welcome. So today you're looking at Stellan. Yeah, you haven't seen this little bub in a while. Stellan is my Levi sculpt by Bonnie Brown. So I'm going to get Stellan changed into these cute little PJs. I thought that they were kind of summery, I guess. They're in like a vanilla white, and they have little birds all over them. Just kind of like in a etched, I guess, drawing kind of like stencil of little birds. Two little pockets in the front, really cute with their little working pockets, and it's just a button-down footed sleeper. I'll let y'all know the brand and the size when I open it up. And I have a chat for you all today, and I'm looking. Oh, it's in the inside. Okay, and this is by Mother Care, and it's new baby size up to 7 pounds. So that's what Stellan's going in. So those of you that have been with my channel like a really long time, like kind of, I have some of y'all that have been here from the beginning or just a long time, are gonna kind of know what I'm talking about, because this is a topic that I kind of came right in talking about. And it's funny because I am on both ends of this spectrum. Of course, when I came in and started talking about it, I was not, but now I am. So the subject matter is, and it comes up as, waves of new collectors come in. It's just one of those things that pops up and kind of rumors go around and da-da-da-da-da. And that is the talk of that high-end collectors, collectors that have, more high-end dolls and high-end clothing, are somehow leaving out or being unkind to, or, snobs or mean or not nice, for the simple reason that they have high-end dolls and high-end clothing. Coming into the hobby, when I had more budget-friendly dolls, and I had all of my clothing I bought from yard sales, thrift shops, hand-me-downs, that sort of stuff. Even coming in and being on that end of it, I saw this going on, and I was like, what? I've never, ever seen anybody here that, has, like, more expensive dolls, like, being mean to anyone or belittling anyone or leaving anyone out. I never, I came in and I was like, where is this? Where is this that people are talking about? Because I wasn't seeing it, and sure enough, as I went along, I realized, well, it doesn't exist. What I did see was ladies that did have higher end dolls and clothing being singled out and picked on because of it. Being told that they're just showing off. They're just showing their dolls and their hauls to show off because they can. Well, let me ask you all something. What is the difference, no matter how much the doll costs or how much the clothing costs? If that's what someone does, I do it, a lot of us do it, YouTubers. That's what we're coming on in the Reborn hobby on YouTube. It's mostly about us sharing our dolls and our clothing and accessories and talking about how much we love the dolls and love this and love that. I mean, it's a lot of what, many of us do. So is there some sort of price cutoff where if you've been collecting a certain amount of time, and as many collectors, as you go on years into the collecting, you start to upgrade. That's, what I did. I went along and just upgraded as I went along. So should there be a certain point where you look and say, well, now I've spent a certain amount of money, or I have a doll over a certain amount of money, or the clothing is over a certain amount of money, so now I'm no longer allowed to share with you all what I love, and make videos and stuff simply because it's now more expensive? I mean, does that make any sense whatsoever? There's some ladies here that have been here 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So, of course, some naturally progress in a hobby and some don't, and that's just fine too. But what's the difference? I've seen a lot of hypocrisy, people saying, well, I don't care how expensive your dolls are or your clothes are. I'm your friend. I'm everybody's friend. I'm accepting of everyone. But in the same breath, they're saying high-end, if you're a high-end doll collector, you're just mean and you're just bragging, and they have something to say. Well, that's not being accepting of everyone. That's actually singling out one type of collector. So it always, like I said, even coming in totally on the other end, it always was just like I was baffled and said, that's really silly. It isn't about how much our dolls, our accessories, our blanket, whatever you have or don't have, it's not about what these things cost. It's about, I've always said, I love watching collectors that have that magical connection with their baby. So that could be a baby you made, be a budget baby you bought, be a baby that you saved up for 2 years before you got. It doesn't, there's a certain, for me, I don't know, I can see it when a mommy is having fun and loving her doll, and, I enjoy that. It's like you all see me with Stellan, and you all see me with my Oscar. That's just the magic and the love as a collector that I love, and I'm happy with the doll that I have, so why I don't see why it's fit to, matter how much things, cost. I've heard statements like, oh, well, I just think these channels are boring, just watching box opening after box opening and high-end clothes after high-end clothes and high-end dolls after high-end dolls. Well, that's fine. So obviously you can pick and choose what you want to watch, and if that bores you, don't watch it. But to put it out there publicly is trying to put a stigma on people and trying to class certain people in a certain category, and they get bullied, and that's exactly what happens. They start to get bullied, and that's happens a lot. If you all don't think that high-end collectors or larger channels can actually get bullied, think twice, because it happens a lot. And some things here have been taken to extreme points of obsession and harassment and very serious, stuff. And this is a hobby. It's a place that we should all be able to come to enjoy ourselves, to relax and to share and enjoy. And like I have always said, if you do not like someone, if you think they're boring, if you think they're mean, whatever, don't watch them. What would happen if a collector with high-end dolls got on and said, I don't like some of these channels. They're boring. It's just budget baby after budget baby and thrift shop haul after thrift shop haul. That's boring to me. Like, that would not be nice to come out and publicly say that. If that's boring to you, well, then that's boring to you. You know, just don't watch it. But why publicly? And imagine if that was said. People will be all over that like flies on shit. You know, nevertheless, like, I hear stuff made up. It's all made up because I've never seen anyone say to someone, oh, well, your doll isn't expensive enough, so I don't want to be your friend, or I'm going to be mean or rude to you, or whatever. No, I've never seen it happen. I've seen crap made up, and I've seen stuff even recently made up that is just, you know, people make assumptions that just because someone has a more expensive doll or clothing, they just downright make assumptions and run with it. And that causes people to get hurt, causes people to get bullied here in the community. And it isn't right. And again, I've been talking about this since I came in. Literally, since I came into the hobby. And you all know, I'm still the queen of thrift shops. Like, yes, I do splurge now, and I'm interested in some of the, you know, brands and things like that as I'm going along with my taste. But I'm still, you know, I still get a lot secondhand, and I'm still always searching for a bargain. Look at sweet Stellan. I'm going to show you because I changed Oscar real quick. I'll take you off, and then hopefully we don't lose you. We got you. All right, so let me just, I got one hand here now. Stellan, the lighting's kind of funky in here. It's the middle of the afternoon. But, oh, here's Oscar over here. I just got him changed into this. And this, these shoes just came. And I wanted to try him on there by Baby Deer. These are, by the way, folks, readily available if you're looking for that classic look. This is what they are. Easily found. Just type it in on the internet, and they have like the very small sizes. This is a size 0. And very reasonably priced. Very reasonably. So, just a really cute look. And I found him this set of passies. This actually, the little doggy matched his little jackety set, and then I had the sleeper on him. So I actually had that on him. And then and this one has a little octopus on it. And I thought the blue matched cute with this. He doesn't wear passies that often, but I couldn't pass these two up because they're cute and summery. And I figured, you know, while he is use a passy, whatever, you know, I got him. So, and he's in his little Babadoo outfit. This he had last year. I got this one secondhand, actually. Excellent price. So, like I said, I go along and, you know, purchase, you know, secondhand a lot and look for sales and deals. So I felt like it was worth me talking about because I know that a lot of people know I'm like the queen of thrift over here. And, you know, I'm new in a way, but I'm still like, I don't know. I think people realize and remember that, you know, kind of where I started, and that I'm kind of on, you know, both sides, and not all my dolls are all high end, for certain, or my clothes or things. And I bring babies into this day that aren't, necessarily wouldn't be considered high end, and that would be more affordable or reasonable, whatever. For me, it's just about, you know, the character of the baby. You know, that's a whole other topic of specifics of, you know, your personal preferences and things like that. So I have to, you know, love the doll, and, you know, like the artist's work, and just, you know, it's just, there's a whole, you know, mix of things. But anyway, I seen this going on. I seen this topic flaring up again. And I said, here we go. Now, a bunch of, nice ladies in this community are going to get picked on, which really, hasn't stopped. But, it just kind of goes on. And I just figured I'd talk to you all about it because it just doesn't make sense. It shouldn't matter how much our dolls or how much our clothing or anything that we have does or doesn't cost. And that should go both ways. There should not be some sort of double standards where, y'all know what I'm saying? Because there's a huge double standard here that I'm seeing, and I'm like, this isn't fair. This isn't right. And people judging how much people are spending on dolls. And I've heard, oh, well, if I wanted to, I could buy a high-end doll. But I choose to spend my money here and there. And they're saying it in a way that's putting down people that do spend more money. And to me, it's just not other people's business, number one, and not right. I'll just give you a for instance, because you all know I share a bit about myself. I got into the hobby and thankfully, through the grace of God, fell upon this hobby at really the right time in my life because my spine was going bad very quickly. And I was unable to do a lot of the hobbies and things that I used to do. And that just includes when you're spending money on things. So yeah, if I wasn't collecting the dolls and I was still physically able to do the things that I used to do, maybe I would want to spend thousands of dollars on a new boat or a wave runner or something, a motorcycle, heck, a ride-on tractor to mow my lawn. I mean, like, there's a gazillion things that I could think of that, I would probably be more focused on spending if this was, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Physically, I can't. So I feel very blessed that I found something that I enjoy and that I can, treat myself, and you all see how much fun that I have here. So why should I be left out? Why should I get picked on and have people's nose into, what I'm spending and what I'm doing, or being accused of being a mean girl or just showing off? And I'd love to know the difference, where there's a difference, where that line happens, where, like I said, should collectors just say, oh, well, now I'm to a certain point and I've bought a certain, spent a certain amount, so now I can't share my clothing hauls anymore, and I can't share my dolls and my box openings and how much I love them because I'm going to get picked on? I mean, like, just think about things, folks, because I know sometimes people get kind of caught up and whether they already have feelings towards certain collectors, so they just, they fabricate that in their heads. They, make, like, again, they make assumptions, things that, collectors say will be taken, get taken out of context, and then rumors go around, oh, this high-end collector said, this, that, or the other thing, and meanwhile, they were, like, talking about something totally different, but it's twisted for an agenda, and the agenda is to bully ladies here, and these are, most of the time you see that the collectors with higher end dolls and clothes have been here many years. They are seasoned collectors in the hobby, because most of us, even if we had the money, don't necessarily jump in right coming out of the gates spending that kind of money. We want to see if we like the hobby first. You get a taste for it first, and it's really like anything else, any other type of hobby. where you collect things. Most people will have a starting place, and then as they go along, they will add to their collection, and it's just usual that one's collection of whatever they're going to collect, of whatever they are collecting, will start to gain value in time. They will start adding more and more valuable pieces to their collection. It's a part of collecting. So why on God's green earth would we want to, push out, or ostracize our seasoned collectors here that are coming up and sharing their dolls, their journeys, their experiences, where they find all their clothes, what their, journeys were and thought processes in, their preferences and how they changed, and all the information that's given along with. Why would we want to push anybody out? And why the heck would you want to push any collector out that's here sharing the dolls, the babies they love, and having fun? Again, if it bores you and you don't want to see nice clothing or nice dolls, and that's boring because that's all one collector has or whatever, don't watch them. You're free to not watch them. That's just fine. But why make a public thing about it and and create a posse of people that are haters? I mean, come on, folks. Look at these precious, absolutely, these babies capture the most innocent, place in life. And, they capture such peace and such innocence. And, we talk all the time as collectors, reborn and silicone mommies and daddies, the deep connections that we have and how emotional that this hobby really is. And it is. And most of you that, collect understand that. So why do you want to try to spoil things for people? Why do you want to single out a certain group of people simply because of what they're spending or what they're sharing on their YouTube channel? Why not just not watch if it's boring to you? If it's boring to you and you prefer to see somebody showing budget babies and all that because that's where you're at to want to know, where do I get these or that, or then watch what we're all, it's a free country. And YouTube is, around the world, free for you to watch, turn on and off. So, it's just not necessary to create tension and hard feelings between collectors here. There's enough of that, in general, and there's enough of that going on in the world. And there's enough real, issues and things that go on. So, just think about that, ladies and gentlemen, the next time that you're going to cast judgment upon a high-end collector. Put the shoe on the other foot. Turn, look in, what I'm saying? Look at it what's the difference? If they had less expensive dolls, would I be saying this? It's just, let people have fun and enjoy and share. And just because you could, but you wouldn't, perhaps spend a certain amount, doesn't mean that someone else's life circumstance isn't different. So they may choose to, invest more, spend more. And that's just, maybe they just want to. It's just not our business what other people's, comfort zone is as far as, what they want to spend on dolls. Why should that matter? Certainly shouldn't matter if somebody doesn't have a lot to spend, and we wouldn't want to ostracize those people, and we wouldn't want to push those people to the side and make videos about them and gang up on them. So why in the world would you do it in the opposite direction? Do you think that people that have been here a long time and, worked hard and invested money through the years and they're here in collecting, do you think they're not human beings, that they don't have feelings? Or if a channel's been here for a long time and they're larger, or they're just popular, whatever the case. But do you think that creator, this isn't the movies here, this is YouTube in a doll collecting hobby. We're all equals here. We're not actors and actresses. We're not famous people. We're human beings. We're doll collectors, just like everybody else, and it hurts when you see that, all of a sudden, a bunch of people are talking about you and rumors are being spread. And, personally, I don't get up and address lies and things that I see snippets of here and there and rumors. And, I'm not going to get up and chase all those balls and address each one to clear up each misconception, this, that, or the other thing, because then I would be exhausting myself spending time in my hobby doing that. And I don't choose to do that. And some people are just not nice, and you can't control what they're going to do either way. So you might as well not see it. And that's, you all know that that's how I view things. And for a good majority of it, I don't. But of course, you hear stuff blowing in the wind and see stuff here and there. So anyways, I just wanted to address that, and I thought that I would at least be able to give you all a little bit different of a perspective to those of you that perhaps are definitely not mean-spirited people at all, and not, not meaning to be unkind, or not meaning to leave anyone out, or perhaps not even realizing that, people still can feel left out, and people still can feel bad when they're being, talked about, even if they're somebody that's, been around a long time and well-liked or whatever. It doesn't change the fact that we're still human beings, and how much money anybody doesn't spend is just as important to say. How much money someone does spend, it's just as important to say that doesn't matter. We're all collectors. We're all the same here. You choose your friendships and who you're going to watch and not watch based on your own experiences and your own personal preferences, and spend your time watching and enjoying whoever you would like. I'm not saying, you've got to go give people views or do this or that, and you can't. That's not what I'm saying at all. Like, please move freely about, but there's no reason to get up on a megaphone and start making accusations that aren't true, that you don't know, about, other collectors here. Because and then it causes some people that are really, obsessed with certain channels and things. It causes them to, switch up into high gear. And again, people wind up getting bullied really, really badly. I would love to share, like I used to, a bit more of my life. And I used to bring Gabriel on, and I was much more open and, sharing more than just dolls and clothes. But I was stalked and bullied so badly to the point where I don't feel safe here. And that's really sad in my own doll collecting community, but that's the truth. It doesn't feel good, when you've got other channels, looking up your personal information and your home address and, you know, talking about your personal finances and just really getting into your personal stuff. And it's not just like, oh, it was, you know, whatever. I don't know. I don't even want to go down that road. I'm just saying that there's reasons why some of us just stick to the hobby, the dolls, the clothes, the accessories, and don't veer off into other things. And it's, you know, unfortunate. And some of us would be that way anyway. But like myself, I'm very open. I really love to share with you all. But yeah, I do, you know, watch how much you can know that I share, because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable just knowing that people that hate you and that go and kind of just, I mean, I'm not talking about another channel throwing some shade or shit like that. Like, excuse my French, but you all know what I'm saying. I mean, I am not thin-skinned. Like, you know, joke all you want, have a roasting session, whatever. But if people don't move on, and when it becomes like a sick obsession and you're sitting here like a year and the same, you know what I'm saying? And you're literally being stalked. So you know that all your content that you're putting up is being viewed by not only the people that want to see your dolls and like you, but it's being viewed by people that have this hatred towards you, that are specifically looking for things to pick out, to make fun of you, to make videos about you. Think about how you would feel, you know? It doesn't feel good. So since the beginning, I've always been one to, you know, unite everyone on a whole, you know, at least, you know, live and let live, people. Come on now, you know, live and let live, and let everybody just enjoy. All right, everyone. I hope I got through to some, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video and so you receive invites to my live streams. All right, everyone. Till next time, God bless.